Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Chainlink and its valuations against Bitcoin, and the impressive bounce that it's doing as we speak. I mean, today we're up 7.5%, and it's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by this. Remember, if you do like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below, and also consider subscribing. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and look at the chart. So. As we said, Chainlink is up 7% against Bitcoin, 7.5%. Went up as high as like I think 9% earlier this morning. But what's interesting is that when we talk about this bounce, this is not just specific to Chainlink. It's happening across the entire crypto market. Litecoin, XRP, VeChain is up against Bitcoin, Aave, XTZ, Tezos, Celsius, Basic Attention Token, so on and so on. Everything is moving on up. So I wouldn't attribute this specifically for Chainlink or the resilience of Chainlink. It's just the market effects. However, I did mention that last week last week was an indecision. And going into this video prior to today, actually last night when I'm thinking about what I want to talk about today, I was going to talk about Chainlink and at that point Chainlink was in the red for this week, and I was going to go off and say, look, what we see on the chart right now, although it's 5 days before the weekly close, it seems like Chainlink has made the decision to go down towards the 20-week moving average. But today we got a relief rally. So what does that change? Well, it changes a bit because obviously now the candle's green. We're 4% up on the week. We're now higher than the weekly open of last week, to be specific. So with that in mind, if Chainlink is able to keep the candle in the green, well, then we have a shot to a further high for Chainlink, because I said that this was going to be like an indecision candle, and that the following week, this week will be give us a better idea on the direction Chainlink wants to go. And with that said, with Chainlink up 4% for the week, it looks like the decision looks to be wanting to go up. Again, I will say the same thing. We are 5 days ahead. There's 5.5 days left for the week in order for it to close. And that's a long time in crypto markets, especially when Bitcoin is below the 20-week moving average. Things are a little shaky. It's a little hard to tell. So I'm giving this a lot of slack here because in my bias, I think that Bitcoin's unable will not be able to get back above the 20-week moving average this week. I don't think it will. And if that's the case, then I think Chainlink's going to get a negative effect on Bitcoin, and move further down, possibly even towards the 20-week moving average. If we look at the trajectory of the 20-week moving average, well then if it we could see that even if it drops to like say 78,000 in a few weeks, or in June, by the end of June, we could see that it can also hit the 20-week moving average there. So we'll see in due time if this is going to roll over and then come back down towards the 20-week moving average and meet it there, or if this is a trajectory to the upside. Obviously, by the end, more closer to the end of the week, we'll get a better idea, and I'll look to make a video then, just as an update to see where we're going. But at the moment right now, it seems that Chainlink wants to go up, but considering the fact that this rally today is attributed to just market effects of the entire market rallying, I'm still skeptical. In the long run, I think Chainlink is still a great project, great asset to have, especially if you bought in this area here. I think that was a pretty good area to accumulate Chainlink. When we look at the US dollar, we went to a high of $50 and we came straight back down. We're still above Chainlink's 20-week moving average, which is integral for the market. Even if we go further to the downside, well, the 20 weeks just right there. And if history is to repeat itself, we should be able to hold it if the market is bullish. If the market sentiment is bullish enough, we'll hold it. If it isn't, then we could break below. But even if we do break below, we manage to get back above it pretty quickly. So not to worry. And this was all during like Bitcoin being below the 20-week moving average also. That's another thing. That's why I like Chainlink, because even though Bitcoin is below the 20-week moving average, it doesn't Chainlink doesn't do terribly. Okay? All of this was below the 20-week moving average. Okay? So keep that in mind. That's those instances are there, where Chainlink is fairly resilient. Okay, I'm talking about network effects today, but overall, as a whole, as an asset, Chainlink does pretty well when Bitcoin's below the 20-week moving average, and this is why Chainlink is the third largest, fourth largest cryptocurrency in my portfolio. It's a pretty big chunk, a pretty good decent chunk. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at with Chainlink. Obviously, we need to give it a few more days. Preferably Sunday. By Sunday, we'll have a clear indication of where Chainlink's going. But it's still Tuesday, long way to go. But I'm hopeful. But that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.